here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Hull City as we take on Birmingham City on Sunday back at the MK Stadium. So let's not waste no time, let's get straight into things. Yes guys, I'm going to show you the stats, table positions for both teams, and maybe some impressive past matches between the two clubs. I think they've always involved goals, so I'm going to show you them now. So yeah, going into my thoughts going into the game, I think it's going to be a very tough game. Obviously Hull City, I think at the time of recording, still going to have Andy Dawson in charge, with him expected to take charge of 3 games this week. Obviously Sunday, Wednesday and Sunday again. But yeah, if you can get some wins, then why not? You know, obviously we were very poor against a very poor Huddersfield team and we lost 2-0. One with a free kick, and I can't remember what the other first one was, to be honest with you. But yeah, some very poor goals conceded from our point of view. But you know, when it comes to Hull versus Birmingham, I think there's always goals involved. I think I remember 6-1 a few years ago at the MK Stadium, and then I think we had a 4-4, draw at St Andrews. So yeah, these games do involve goals, and hopefully, we can match up to that, because it should be an exciting game anyway. But probably now we've said that, it'll probably be 0-0. But yeah, I am really looking forward to the game. I think Brandon Fleming's back from injury. He played in the under-23s, so that's good to see. Apart from that, I don't think there's any more team news or changes. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Birmingham line up. They've got a new manager, John Eustace, and they seem to be doing okay. Tahit Chong as well, very good player on loan from United. He's going to be dangerous, and we need to look out for him, especially out of defence at the minute. I still look out for anybody, never mind someone like Chong on loan from United. But yeah, I think my score prediction for the game is going to be, I'm going to say, I'll take a point, I'll say 2-2 draw. I'll say Oscar and Ozan Tufan, and then I'll go for Tahit Chong and I'll go for Chong to score both for Birmingham City. And so my lineup for the game is going to be back screen goal, a back 4 of Louis Coyle, Alfred Jones. This is lineup I think I would play, not the one I think Andy Dawson's going to pick. But yeah, so back screen goal, Coyle right back. I'd bring in 2 centre backs, Jake Greaves and Sean McLaughlin. Left back Callum Elder. 2 deep midfielders. Obviously Slater is suspended for this game, so I bring in Ryan Woods and Tufan, and then I would have on the right Cyrus Christie, on the left Dimmy Pelkas, or perhaps maybe Longman on the left. I know you've got a bit of criticism against Huddersfield, but him on the left, Pelkas in the middle, and obviously Oscar up front. So yeah, that would be my lineup. So yeah, moving on to the next part, we're going to have Zach from the Blues Focus podcast talking to us as well about the game. So yeah, over to Zach.
Hello everybody, my name's Zach Woods. I'm a Birmingham City fan and from Blues Focus TV, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Blues, seeing how we've gotten on so far this season and what you can expect from us at the weekend. So our season has surprisingly started out fairly decently. Most years we find ourselves in the bottom three fairly early on, but we're currently 16th in the table, 16 points to our name. We've had some poor results this season, don't get me wrong, a 0-0 at home to Wigan when they were down to 10 men, losing away to Cardiff and losing to Rotherham as well. But we've also had some very good results. We won 3-0 at the weekend against Bristol City, which was a superb result. We played phenomenally there. 3 points away at West Brom in a 3-2 victory, which was fantastic. A 1-1 at home to Watford as well. So we've had some good results. We've had some bad results. More recently, we've certainly looked like a really strong team. I think we've got 11 points out of the last 15. So our recent form is very, very good. We did start the season a little bit shaky, or I'd say the midpoint was a little bit shaky, but certainly recently we've been playing some very, very good football. We did get a few new additional signings in over the transfer window, which has certainly helped bolster our squad. Obviously, Hannibal Mabry coming in the middle of the park. He might start at the weekend. He did on Saturday. We do have a few options in the midfield. Junior Bakuna being another player who often starts. Christian Bielik as well. Those are sort of our three key midfielders. All have been playing very, very well, but the formation we play only allows us for two central players. So I imagine, given how we played at the weekend, we'll stick with the same midfield of Hannibal Mabry and Christian Bielik as well. So two very strong midfielders there. Christian Bielik as well, another player we got in the window who's been our player of the season for me, in my opinion. So a very strong midfield. That's what you can expect at the weekend in the middle of the park. Obviously signed Tahith Chong as well, who did play up front on Saturday, but normally is found in behind the strikers. But again, a very good signing for us. 1.4 million. We don't normally spend that amount on players. It's the first player we've got on a permanent in a very, very long time. So happy to have him. He's been a fantastic addition to the team. But in terms of players to look out for, as well as the new signings, I'd say our midfield is one of our strong points. As I said, that diamond of Tahith Chong, Hannibal Mabry and Christian Bielik has been fantastic so far this season. Certainly defensively, and we've become more assuring at the back as well, a lot more solid. Conceding less goals at the moment as well. Our backline consists of Austin Trusty, Dion Sanderson, who unfortunately for us, good for you guys, of course, but unfortunately for us, is out this weekend. He's received too many bookings, so we'll be missing this fixture. So I imagine Harley Dean, who's been at the club for a very long time, got his first start at the weekend in over 11 months, but I imagine he'll be starting at the back. Potentially Maxime Collin as well, who normally plays on the right-hand side. But I imagine he might be playing centre-back. It'll be him or Dean at the weekend, we're not too sure. But certainly defensively, we've been a lot more solid recently. John Ruddy, of course, an addition we got over the transfer window as well and has been superb for us. He certainly saved us on numerous occasions from conceding too many goals. He certainly kept us in games. His distribution seems decent. He's a very commanding keeper. Certainly takes crosses very well. So defensively, we're the best we've looked in a long time. It was lovely to get a clean sheet at the weekend, of course, in a big win, but defensively we are very solid at the moment. Midfield-wise, as I've already touched upon, very good as well. That diamond in the middle has been fantastic. Going forward up front, we normally play Troy Deeney and Scott Hogan as our two main strikers now. Troy Deeney, big name, great player, probably expecting big things, but since he's got to Blues, he hasn't had the best time, I'd say. He's picked up in recent games a little bit more. He came on as a substitute against Bristol City, as we opted to play Tahith Chong more in a forward role instead. But certainly Troy Deeney, recently he's been picking up a little bit more. His standout of the performance of the season certainly came away to West Brom in our 3-2 victory, setting up one of the goals and certainly playing some nice passes in the build-up play to others. But he hasn't started the season best. I think he's got one goal only to his name, but we certainly know what Troy Deeney is capable of. I think he's capable of producing a little bit more than he has been. And you really never know what game Deeney's just going to turn it on. It might be against Hull at the weekend. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, he might not even get a start, given that it was Chong and Hogan who led the line on Saturday. But that does move us swiftly onto Scott Hogan, who has been the best version of Scott Hogan I think us as Birmingham City fans have seen since he joined the club. Had a very good start for us. I think it was 2020 he joined us, or 2019 even. Had a very good start. Then sort of had a quiet middle patch, but has certainly picked up in more recent times. Obviously got a hat-trick away at West Brom, but in terms of the way he plays, it's not just from in the past, we've seen Scott Hogan only really contribute in terms of goals, but more recently he's added a bit more to his game. He's holding up the ball a lot better. He's assisting a lot better. He's moving the ball round. He certainly looks more comfortable with the ball at his feet. He's improving his game in the air. So certainly this Blues team, I would say, is the strongest side, and I think all Blues fans will agree with me, the strongest side we've had in a very long time. From the bottom of the pitch to the top of the pitch, we are looking strong in most places. Now, we are Birmingham City. We'll beat Sheffield United or get a point to Sheffield United one week, and then we'll lose to the bottom of the table the next. So you never know what you're really going to get from us. But at least from my point of view, I'm hoping for a decent game at the weekend. I think it will be a tough one. Obviously, Oscar Estupiñán for you guys is firing in the goals at the moment. He looks a very dangerous player. Obviously got Ryan Woods from us as well, and we know he's a decent midfielder. You've also got Conor Mahoney, who I didn't realise until I was watching the Huddersfield Hull City game, but I didn't realise he'd gone to you lot. I really like Conor Mahoney. I think he's a decent player. I honestly think it'll be a fairly even game. I'm either going for a 1-1 or a 2-1 just in your favour, so I'm not really too sure how it's going to go, but it should be interesting. We certainly set up to play quite a defensive game. We play 5 at the back, and our 2 wing backs do push up quite high. We certainly look to get crosses into the box because we've got 2 fairly big strikers who aerially are pretty decent. But we certainly play 5 at the back. We have quite a solid foundation. When we do concede goals, it's never normally more than 1-2 max. We certainly never get battered 3 or 4 goals. And I think that's because our manager, Eustace, certainly sets up to play a good defensive game. But obviously, with that defensiveness, there is a good balance. We do like to go forward as much as we can as well. We certainly utilise our wing-backs brilliantly. And our midfielders are often quite attacking too. So we set up defensively. But we certainly don't sacrifice in the attack too, which is really good from our end. So should be a good game this weekend. I'm very excited. As I said, either a 1-1 or 2-1 win in our favour, I'm going to go. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and good luck for the weekend.
So yeah, that was Zach from Blues Focus TV, and giving his thoughts. So make sure you go check out Blues Focus TV. His link will be in the description down below. And yeah, also before I go, I just want to give out a big shout out to Ollie B Graphics for making the thumbnail once again. For the thumbnail for this video and a review video of this fixture. Make sure you go check him out on Twitter. He's only starting off, but he's very good at what he does. And he's amazing. Just go check him out. So please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all very, very soon.